Right, Mark. Colorado has become the first state to give terminally ill people access to experimental drugs that are not yet FDA approved. Governor Hickenlooper signed what's called the Right to Try bill, signed it on Friday. Judge Andrew Napolitano is here. So if you're dying in Colorado, you can pretty much do and take what you want, correct? Well, how do you feel about that?
In my world, you'd be able to do and take what you want, whether you're dying or living or happy or miserable, and it's none of the government's business.
Well, you're a libertarian. That's your position.
Well, it's my position that that's what the Constitution mandates. Listen, in my world, the FDA is unconstitutional because who is the government to tell you what medicine to take? Your doctor tells you.
Okay.
The issue here will be one of federalism. The issue here will be one of the state of Colorado purporting to give people who live there the authority to do something that the feds don't approve of.
Oh, it's a bit like marijuana.
It is a bit like marijuana. Now, I would think if the Justice Department is going to look the other way for users of recreational marijuana in Colorado, it will certainly look the other way for users of experimental drugs to save lives in Colorado.
So now
But if it chooses not to, if the FDA chooses to get involved, the feds will no likely prevail here because they have co-opted the field. They have declared unto themselves the ability to regulate the field of what drugs you may lawfully ingest.
I know you don't like speculating or guessing, but which way do you think this will go?
I think the Justice Department will happily look the other way. They'll get some pushback from the nerds and geeks and bureaucrats in the FDA because these people are monolithic in their view that they can tell us and only they can tell us what drugs are good for us. But I think the Justice Department will tell them to cool their jets.
Mark Lanier, if I'm dying in Colorado and I take a drug which is not yet approved and I do die, and maybe it's because of the drug, can you sue the drug company?
Probably not, because the only way you'll get a drug not approved is if the drug company agrees to sell it to you. And the drug company will not agree to sell it in those circumstances unless you sign a complete waiver ahead of time. We've had the FDA right now, you can go for a hardship with the FDA to get a drug that's not approved. The FDA doesn't give them regularly, as the judge pointed out. They are God.
And you are often dead before they make their decision.
Yeah, but the drug company will always make you sign a full release before the drug company will supply you the drug.
And that type of a contract is lawful and will be upheld.
You know, I'm in a difficult position here, Judge and Mark, as you well know. I'm sitting
because he's tugging at your heartstrings with the case of the woman with the broken neck, right?
Normally, I take an anti-trial lawyer position.
Normally, I didn't know you had heartstrings to be tugged upon. The record should reflect that the crew is roaring. The same crew that works with us every day.
Stuart, I would tell you that you have a libel and slander case, except truth is an absolute defense. And so you really don't. He's allowed to say the truth.
Thank you, Counselor Lanier.